it comes a point in time where in this life that we're living in that people will really show you their true colors. And it's up to you, or should I say we, to take it for what it is. We all as people, we always want to sit there and give people a chance until it's too late. We'll sit there on and on and on and then just letting them slide. Letting them think that, okay, they think and believe that's who they really are. Until one day when you had enough is enough. Stop trying to give people a chance and trying to say that, okay, they were having a bad day. When somebody slips up and tells you things that makes you feel that, wow, that's a very offensive, or you could just have one thing going on and then they'll be like, oh, how that happened? I did all I can do. You got it, wow. Or just coming at you in some type of way where it feels like they're just taking shots at you. Believe me, when somebody show you who they are, believe that's who they are. And I'm gonna say this again: stop giving people a chance and letting them and saying that, oh, they were having a bad day. It's all right. This, that, and the third. Listen, we all are adults. We all are individuals. We all are people that just living day by day. Everybody got problems. An example, you could come around somebody and you could have a conversation with them and then they'll sit there and say something slick to you. First of all, you don't even know them. I don't even know you. How is it that you're taking shots at me? An example. But this video, you want to hear more about this video, I invite you guys to please like, share, subscribe, and let me introduce myself. This is Gene, your best friend, your new best friend, and I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Check this out, y'all. We live in a day now where people are just so free, freedom of speech. It's all about keeping it real. They don't even care if they insult you, with words. And the way they go upon it, and the way they say things to you, they don't even care. They don't even have a heart until when it gets to them. In these times now, especially, and I always been saying this, and I'm always bringing this up, this generation, a lot of people are just out there seeking who's the next big thing, what kind of energy they could pull up on. And when they come across people, right, and I'm not saying everybody is like this, but for those of us that we can relate, when your energy is so high, and this is what I'm giving an example, you're focused on where you need to be, you're happy. For example, thank God for this, for the phone. Thank God for, you're just so in tune with just focusing on, you're just so in tune with just so focusing on what you need to do. And you're not worried about nobody else. An example, and I'm gonna bring this up again. The things that I do, the type of job that I do, sometimes I come across people and I work with hundreds, or sometimes even up to 1,000. And it's just, we're so much in the room. And you can obviously see who's out there who's being fake. One time, I was sitting next to this actually beautiful girl. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, I was mesmerized. I was looking at her, I was like, ooh. I was looking at her, and obviously she was looking at me. I'm not saying that she was into me or nothing like that, but when you're in a room full of people, we tend to just be very mysterious, and I mean, I say very mysterious. We tend to be curious to know who's that person, what they do, and especially the job that I do. They ask you, okay, what are you doing today? What are you getting into? And then you're conversating with these people. I'm gonna give you an example. That beautiful girl, right? Somebody shouted her name out, calling her, come and sit with us. Honestly, I cannot even make this up. And this is one of the reasons why I'm so motivated doing these videos. She said to herself, oh my God, I really don't want to be around these people. I really don't want to talk to nobody. I'm just, then in my head, I'm like, yo, fight it. Yo, be strong. It's okay. You know what I mean? The area where I was at, and as I said, I'm a kind of person, I get to an area and I sit somewhere, I'm by myself. Obviously, the person came here, and for some reason, they know that, okay, you know what, this person, he ain't bothering nobody. I don't feel like bothering nobody, so I'm gonna sit around here and we mind our own business. Obviously, that girl kept on calling her, you're still over there? Come and sit over here. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, damn, like, yo. And then she said, yeah, I didn't really want to go. And I'm sitting there, I'm just listening. Mind you, I'm just sitting there. I'm between work, y'all, so that's why you see me doing this. And I'm sitting there, I'm just like, yo, fight it, be strong. You know what I mean? You know, don't be, you know, don't be no bot. You know what I'm saying? This in my head. Because obviously, like, you know, I'm not going to talk to her anything, you know, in case she wants to talk to me, you know what I mean? That's the kind of person I am. I'm not going to sit there and make it look like that, yo. But where I'm going with this girl got up and sat over there. Obviously, some other people came. There was a chair of, like, should I say, 2, 3, 6 people. There was one guy that always came and sit. I always bump into him. He's a funny guy, too. But everybody was, when I was sitting there later on, I was sitting there with a group of people, and we still was quiet. Obviously, we all read each other's energy. Yo, we just not focused on anybody. We just want to get our money and be out. I went over for some reason. I seen homegirl. She's over there sitting with those people, being fake. Being fake. And obviously, she was just saying that, oh, you know, it was just that, you know, and that tells you a lot about that type of person. So, like I said, when you're around certain people, a lot of people will show you who they really are and how they really feel. And it's crazy, it's like, yo, can you imagine when you in that area, when that group, how much they don't like each other and type of things that they're saying and just letting things slide? And that's what I'm telling you about. You don't need to be around anybody that's being fake. And obviously, if somebody can't read energy, obviously, like, you know what I mean? You can tell who they are. They don't really have an identity. They don't even have a soul. But where I'm going with this is this. I could honestly tell that, you know, they didn't even like each other. They were saying little slick things. And she was saying something on her, oh my God, I can't believe. And that's what happens. When you get around certain people and you know how they are, accept it. Except it's nothing wrong being by yourself. Now, for some people, I've come across many emails and like, yo, how do you do it, bro? You know, I don't want to be by myself. I don't want to be me. Listen, in this world that we live in now, most people don't have the heart to even say, be kind to. They don't even care. They don't even have a soul for you. I don't say for. They don't even have anything in your heart. It's just that anything that you got going on, they just want to be around you. Because it's just energy. When they see that you're high vibing, you're focused, you're different, you're the key word, different, they want to be around you. Because you light up the room when you're around. You're a person that, you know what I mean, they love your smile. They love that the fact that, hey, you know what, you can be you. And that's most people in this world. And guess what? When they get around you, they'll realize that, hey, okay, this person's really different. This person having crack. Oh, you know, let me say something in purpose and see how they're going to react to it. And then when you sit there and they tell you, okay, you know what, you know, that's why you failed. And you sit there with a poker face. I failed how I failed. You know, when, you know, I'm just joking with you. When you failed in that math class, when you failed in that business, when you failed, but you know what though? But it's all right though. They looking at you sideways. What you got to say? That's what you say. Oh, what you got to say? You don't really. When you cut them off, that's when they realize that, oh, okay, they caught on to me. And especially in this world that we live in now, we live in a world, especially with dudes, we got guys out here that like to fake the funk. And then when they see you, that, hey, it doesn't take me spending my whole paycheck. It don't take me spending, you know, the money that I've used, you know, and I'm sweating all day to impress this girl. And then they see you that, yo, you know, you just come out of nowhere, you just make a girl laugh, and she just like, I want to sit next to him. And they see how they, you know, these chicks are just, hey, baby. For him, they just see him like, oh, you know, oh, yeah, the trick. And that's the thing. They want to get around you, and then they want to size you up, question you. Oh, then you don't spend money. Make you feel bad that, hey, you don't spend money on women. Now, don't get me wrong. You're a gentleman, right? Fellas, you're a gentleman. But at the same time, you know that, okay, you know what? When women come around you, you bring value. You show them, hey, you know what? I can give you good advice. And that's another thing. So when you're around these women, you don't even want to be all up on them all the time. You don't even want to try to use them. For those guys, they'll work 16 hours, 15 hours, 24 hours in a day, and they'll spend all their money on that girl just for that girl to use them, knowing that girl don't even want them. But instead, he see homegirl over there that's real chill, that's real cool, respectful. He don't even want to deal with her because she's just too difficult. But yet you know how to conversate. You know how to conversate with women. You don't want to use them all up. Ladies, my last one. You over here focused and doing what you got to do, worried about yourself, and you're very respectful towards this dude. So even if a guy comes and approach you, he feels like he has to adjust himself and realize that, okay, I can't just talk to this girl. She's just not the girl. She's a woman. And that's the thing about some people. So when they get around you and they try to come at you and try to come in and insult you and make you feel bad about yourself, believe that's who they are. And I know I'm all over the place just a little bit, but I got to break down the details of how people are, how they think, and I got to give you examples. All this is right here, imagination. Keep it in imagination. Realize, okay, you know what? I see where Gina's coming from. So when somebody's fake with you and they see who you are and how you represent and how you chill, how you come in the room, how you light up the room, understand, think about those experiences, how they come at you. It could be any little thing. It could be to the fact that they be trying to be funny, they're trying to say certain things, trying to make you look crazy. Except that out of this, cut them off. Don't even play no games with them. Cut them off. I don't even care if they say something just to be funny. If it feels that was a little too personal, and even if they ask you a personal question and they trying to be funny about it, cut them off. Because in this time and age right now, nobody have a reason to even come at you and try to be funny. Things are just so sensitive now. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a jokester. I have people that I know that joke around with me and everything. And sometimes that's how we grow up. But you have to ask yourself this question too sometimes. Are these jokes are really funny? Or is it just, are you serious? Because if you really want to be funny, come up with a joke, say something else. Now, I may come off to some people that I'm too sensitive. Oh well. But that's one of the reasons why I'm by myself and I'm focused on nobody and I don't have that much issues. Time and time again, I know I'm talking too much. I come across so many people, especially online, they saying certain things, and they used to be friends on and off for friends, and then later on, they be able to make it up and they're cool again. Okay, cool. But in the time that we live in now, so many people will show you how much they hate you, how much they don't dislike you, and come around and just want to be fake. And then when you cut them off, they want to make you feel bad that, oh, you're too sensitive. When somebody show you who they are, believe that's who they are, all right? So again, if this resonates with you, I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe to your best friend, your new best friend, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.